Hi everyone, welcome back to Odd Animal Day. Today we're on to letter M, which in Odd Animal ABCs stands not for mouse, but for maned wolf. You may never have heard of these critters. They look a lot like a fox, but they're called a wolf, and actually they're not related to either of those animals. They have earned the nickname of fox on stilts though, because they have these really long legs that have black fur at the bottom of them, as well as this black fur along their backs, which when it is standing on end can resemble a mane, hence the name maned wolf. They're native to South America, and they also have these really large ears and a fluffy tail. So we'll go ahead and get right to it. Grab your blank piece of paper and a drawing utensil. Today we're going to turn our paper so that it's facing long ways towards us. We'll have ample space that way to draw his long, slender body and his long legs. We'll start on the left-hand side of the page, about halfway up. I'm going to do two little dots for his eyes, about an inch or so in between. From there, I'm going to do a C shape around the one on the left, and then we'll reverse it on the right. For his shape of his face, it's going to be about like a diamond shape, so it's not going to close all the way at the top because I'm going to draw a little bit of fur on his head and his ears, but it will come to a rounded point along the bottom here. So I'm going to start above his left eye. I'm going to curve that around, come to a point at the bottom, and then back up over the right side. Next, I'm going to fill in his ears. So I did say they're pretty big ears, and they're a similar shape to what we just drew here, but they're going to be pointing in the opposite direction. So coming up from the left, curve it over to a point, and then I'm going to go ahead and add a little tuft of hair to give him some personality. And then we'll do the exact same shape on the right. Again, I like to do the same shape inside of the ear to give them that little bit of depth. And there you are. His nose is that upside down triangle we've done quite a bit, but I'm going to color it in black right from the start. So line across the top, come to a point at the bottom, and then we can make that a black nose. And then the final detail on his face, to give him that kind of pointed snout that we think of for a fox in particular, I just drew some lines, kind of reminiscent of the fur on his face, coming up towards the center here. Next, I'm going to do a line that's going to be his back and then extending into his long fluffy tail. So I'm going to start midway on his face here, come down, curve slightly, then up and down. This portion here will be his tail in just a moment. Before I get to the tail, I'm going to do his back legs. So for his haunches, I'm going to do a curved line, not quite a full C shape, almost there though, for the back leg. And then I'm going to draw two parallel lines extending out from there. Here's a portion of his leg. And then in the opposite direction, we'll take that down, just like so. For his feet, or his paws rather, I'm going to do three curved lines, connect them back. And then before I do any of his other legs, I'm going to go ahead and do his belly here. So I'm going to just do a curve right about an inch or so away from his face and connect it to his back thigh here. So there's my curve for his belly. They do have a long, slender body. And then his front leg, we'll take that down from here. I'm going to draw our two parallel lines coming down from the front. Two more connected to that, pointing slightly in the opposite direction. And then my paw here. And we can color his leg in black in a moment here. His next leg, I'm going to finish my chest here, just curve that under. And then his other leg, we'll do the same thing. It's slightly hidden behind this front leg, right? So I'm actually just going to do a parallel line that goes along with the lines I've already drawn here. We don't need to do both because we don't see it all the way, right? I didn't do this on my original drawing, but I'm going to add a little bit of fur here because they do have some fur on their chest. So little detail, little texture there. And we don't want to forget we have one more back leg here. So I'm going to do that similar curved line underneath. And again, just follow what I did first time through because that other leg is hidden behind the one we already drew. So now he's got all four legs. We need his tail. I'm just going to do some simple strokes coming down to meet at the end here. Maybe they get a little bit shorter towards the end. You can come back up the other side as well if you wish. Then the final element, we have his legs, which if you want to color them in black, he kind of looks like he stepped in black paint. You can do so. And of course, given his name, the maned wolf, he has to have his mane. So I'm going to add some texture, some simple lines coming out from his back. It can extend about halfway down. So there's your maned wolf today. Come back tomorrow and we'll be on to one of my favorite critters for letter N.